Hey everybody, it's been a while since I've made a video and I actually built a computer and you're not going to be able to see it because my camera, I don't have a tripod or anything like that. I have my phone jacked up on some index cards and an old DVD spool. But I wanted to go over what I bought and I put it together and then some weird shit happened and I put it together again. This is a Skylake build, and I'm very excited about it because my old laptop is an Asus K52F, which is what I've been using for a very long time. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. It's a great laptop. Asus makes premium products. I bought it at Best Buy the year I graduated high school, which was 2011. 3 gigs of RAM, a Pentium at 2.13 gigahertz. It was, at the time, very good. As time passes, computer components get very, they degrade. And so this computer was very good. The display started to go shit. It would flicker all the time. It would go out, and the main problem with it was the display. I couldn't, it started really messing up. It would get really slow. I got a bunch of viruses on it because I'm a fucking idiot. And the trackpad started messing up. The mouse and click buttons didn't work anymore. It was time for an upgrade. So, it's still fully functioning. It's just not very good anymore. So I built a computer in April or May. I got jacked up about PC gaming, and I bought a super combo on Newegg for $600 and something. It came with 8 gigs of RAM and a single stick, which isn't ideal, but 8 gigs. A 6300 AMD, which is it's a very low, it's a $100 processor, 6 cores. It's clocked at 4 gigahertz. It's not a bad processor, it's just it's old. And I got an R9 290 from XFX. Well, I put it all together and it started working really well, and I was having a great time playing Arkham Origins because it was right before the Steam sale, which is what prompted me to buy the gaming PC so I could take part in the Steam sale. I bought Arkham Origins for $5, Portal 2, Sid Meier's Civilization 5. The computer started crashing all the time. And I couldn't figure out why. I went into the system logs. It just kept saying catastrophic hardware failure on the North Bridge. I was like, well, that's awful and that's unacceptable and it's not going to work. RMA'd the entire computer except the case. Remember that. Got all new parts. New hard drive, new processor, new GPU, new motherboard. All the same, but new. Same thing happened again. Catastrophic hardware failure on the North Bridge. It would be working fine, and then boom, shut off and restart. And it wasn't blue screens; it would go black and restart. So I was like, well, I've invested all this money. I want it to work, but I'm just done with these parts. Sent them all back. Newegg gave me a credit for the processor and the GPU because they don't offer actual refunds. So I had a $355 credit. And then I got cash back on the rest. And I had to keep the case, which is a Rosewell Galaxy O1. I had to keep the case because my brother threw out the box, because I was going to return it too. And Newegg requires the box. In every return, you gotta have the box. It's so important. I was like, can I send it in a different box? And they're like, no, you gotta send the box. And I was like, God. So, several months go by. I'm still using the laptop, still using it. I start school again, and we need to start using some office programs, and my computer is chugging through them. I picked up with the credit, Core i5 6500. This is a Skylake processor, brand new. You can tell by the box it comes with a stock heatsink. It's not the main reason I picked it up. But so the 6600K, which is the one everyone's going apeshit about, very great processor, overclocks like a champ. It was almost $300. It's like, no, I don't want to pay that much. The difference between this, the 6500 and the 6600, which is just a 6600K that can't overclock, And I don't know anything about overclock. I wasn't planning to overclock. If I ever do, I'll just get, like, I mean, it's a LGA or LGA 1151, all the Skylakes, and I'm assuming even new Intel processors that come out in years to come may be 1151. So I may only need to upgrade the processor in the future. But from what I understand, which may not be very much because I'm not going to get into the levels of cache and all this stuff. This clocked in at 3.2 gigahertz with a boost clock of 3.6 or 3.8. I can't remember. But stock heatsink, it's fine. It's going to run cool. You're not overclocking it. The reason I picked this up is because from my research, there was only like a 10% increase in performance between the 6500 and the 6600, and that's not lifespan altering. You're not going to see that in everyday use. At least I don't think I will. I mean, I'm going to do some gaming and stuff like that, and a 10% increase for an extra almost $50 to me wasn't worth it. If it is to you, that's great, but I went with the 6500. The new Skylake processors and the LGA 1151's motherboards support DDR4, so I don't have the box, and it's somewhere. I bought just some standard Crucial DDR4 2133 megahertz, 8 gigabytes. It's a two 4 gig set. Taking advantage of dual bandwidth. It doesn't even have any heat spreaders. It's just green PCB. It doesn't look very nice, but my case doesn't have a window, which that old case didn't have a window. I'll get into my new case in a moment, but it works. Crucials, from what I understand, I don't know a lot about RAM companies. I kind of refer to all my friends like, hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? From what I understand, Crucial is a great company. They provide very great hardware and software, products. I've had no problems with it. Again, no, it doesn't have a heat spreader. You're not going to be overclocking it, but it works, and I don't care what it looks like. The motherboard I picked up, and again, this isn't... So you may think I bought this because of the way it looks, but I actually bought it because of how many damn USB ports it has. It has a assload of USB ports. That's the MSI H170A Pro Gaming motherboard, ATX. This was actually bundled on Newegg with our comboed with my processor, and I got $20 off the total. So technically speaking, I got the processor for like $190 and this for like $105. And for $105, this is a really great really great motherboard. It has an assload of USB ports. It's got an optical audio for surround sound speaker setup, DDR4 native support. It also supports DDR3L, which I don't know why you would use that if you have DDR4. And it comes with this thing called Mystic Light, and I'll show you in a moment when I crack open the case. But all around it, it has LEDs, and they look really, really nice. But that's not why I bought it. I am not an aesthetic looking guy. It's going in the case. I don't have a windowed case. I may become, a little bit more enamored with looks in the future. It can apparently support 16.5 million different colors if you use the included software to tweak the colors to your liking. It comes natively red, which I actually really liked because the motherboard is black and red themed with the heat spreader and Southbridge looking black and red. Nothing I have is black and red. Even my case's power light is blue. My RAM is green. It's a nightmare for people who really care, but really great motherboard. Have had no problems with it. The BIOS are really, really great. It's got a great graphical user interface. I'm having a great time with this MSI H170A motherboard, and right on Newegg it's $114, but with the combo I got $20 off the total. So for the motherboard and CPU it was $300. Which I thought was a very good deal. It has several, all the USB ports are USB 3 Gen 1 or Gen 2. They're all red, which is a little bit annoying because you can't really tell which ones are 3.1, 3.2. There are two USB 2.0s, which is fine. You just plug in your keyboard and mouse to them, and you're good to go. I was told not to skimp out on the power supply. In the build I had before, I had a Rosewill Arc 750 watt power supply, nothing modular about it. It worked. I wouldn't buy a Rosewill anything ever again, and you'll hear why when I get to the case. But I picked up a wrong side. EVGA 650 watt fully modular 80 plus gold power supplies was $75 on Amazon. Really, really awesome power supply. Really quiet, fully modular, tons of cables. It's just, what can you say? 80 plus gold, certified, very power efficient. I would definitely recommend EVGA. I've had no problems with it so far. Again, some of the Newegg stuff, I feel like I'm slouching. Oh. Some of the Newegg reviews of this particular PSU were like, it's so loud, and I don't know what maybe you get a defaulted one. Mine is not loud at all. So the EVGA 650 watt gold, fully modular, whatever. Okay, so I bought an SSD as a boot drive. I had an old Seagate 7200 RPM Seagate Barracuda 7200 RPM 500 gig drive that I just threw in there to store some shit on. Haven't really done anything too intensive. I bought a Kingston. It's a basic SSD. I don't even know like the model. It's just branded Kingston, 120 gigabytes. Under 500 gigabytes per second read and write, which is like, I guess that's bad for an SSD. I don't know a lot about SSDs, but man, I look bad. So without further ado, I'm going to crack open the case. We're going to see what it looks like when it's on, and let's go. We have a Fractal Design Arc MIDI. This is a case that my friend was actually getting rid of. The computer's in standby right now. He had just bought a bunch of new parts. He bought the Arc MIDI 2 and my Justice League cup. And he saw my other case and how awful it was, and how it actually had exposed wiring that shorted out the other two computers. So we are going to take a look at it now. So you can see, it's not the best wire management or cable management, or whatever you want to call it, but it's pretty open air. I don't have a graphics card yet. It's too close to Black Friday for me to buy one. Drive 5.25 inch drive bay, whatever. You get these really awesome removable drive cages. There is the Kingston 120 gigabyte SSD now. Boots really fast. There is the old Seagate EVGA, the Intel stock cooler. I know, I need to get something better. But you're about to see it. There are the red LEDs, which again, you can change the color of to apparently anything you want. There's a program on the driver disk that allows you to change it and look like that. It's already booted. So, well, I don't need to boot in or get in, but it's pretty quiet, right? This case I bought off of a friend of mine for $50. The only problem is he said the front panel connectors via mic and headphones don't work. So he cut the wires out, which apparently is like, it's kind of a bummer. You get them in the back. Let's see. You can see all the, this is horrible. You can see all the connectors. Hopefully. You get a ton of stuff here. This motherboard is running very well. I think it looks really sick. You get the red. My case, it's white and black and red and green and blue. I mean, people are probably going to hate me for this, but it's what you do on a budget. I honestly, the RAM doesn't bother me because who looks at the RAM? Again, running really well. It's just green PCB. Everyone complains the stock cooler is loud as hell. It's not. Mine is quiet. The guy, my friend who came over and helped me build this, gave me apparently some really great thermal compound. Now, the Arc Mini is also really cool because here is a removable drive cage that goes right there, but I took it out because I don't need it, and it's just allowing much more airflow. So I know a lot of people probably wanted me to make the video actually building it, but it was just such a hassle because I built it in a Rosewell case over there. He actually had the box for the Arc Mini, which is actually really nice. Which brings me to my next point. So I bought this case off of a friend of mine for 50 bucks. Very great case. Really quiet. The computer's on. You may or may not be able to hear the whisper. I think it's really quiet, at least compared to the other one. Hold on, let me scoot up a little bit. So I do not recommend buying anything Rosewell, especially their cases. Wow, this is really... that came with the other computer build, which is a Rosewell Galaxy 01. Comes with 3 fans, 1 LED, okay wire management. I mean, it's a basic case and it's 50 bucks. It actually has decent reviews on Newegg. Don't buy it because it's a piece of shit. Okay, so I built 2 computers. Both of them crashed. We were building this one in that Rosewell case. My friend, this computer got a big jolt of electricity, and we could tell because the LEDs went crazy. And that's something that's really nice, that it has all these LEDs. It has, you know, all the LED indicators and stuff of when HDMI and VGA and all these things. It's really, really great. So it got a big jolt of electricity. He was like, oh, wow. So we shut it down and took a look at it, and he discovered that one of the fans that came in it, and again, this is my fault for buying a shitty case and using stock fans, one of the fans had exposed wiring on it, and it was touching the case, and it was sending electricity through the case, and it was grounding the whole freaking thing, and it was destroying computer components. And it was like, I didn't even think to look at that, because of course I'm a novice builder. I don't claim to be this guru of information for computers. I'm not. That was the first computer I built. The next one that broke was the next one I built. I don't think it was me. I don't see how I could break 2 computers. I built this one twice, and it's fine. So my experience with Rosewell is very poor. Fractal Design has a big thumbs up for me. MSI, big thumbs up. I've bought this time around is working fabulously, booting incredibly fast, and I mean, I couldn't be happier. I'm going to throw in probably either a GTX 960 or 970, maybe a 380 or 390. I'm not sure. Man, my phone is awful. But I just wanted to make this video talking about my experiences as a builder, talking about the new Skylake stuff. These chips are tiny. They're like, Like, when I built with the AMD 6300, I swear it was almost double that size. And it only uses 65 watts of power. Right now, I have 650 going to this, and it's probably not even breaking 100. Man, I need to get a stand. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little talk a little bit about computers there, buddy. I'm going to school to be a cybersecurity analyst. So I need to learn more about this, which is why I took the initiative to try to just build a computer rather than going to Best Buy and be like, I'm going to take that one. Or at least buying a Mac, where it's like, no, no. That's a bad idea. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I think I may be trying to do some more computer-related stuff because it's kind of taken over my life as of now because of school. So, thanks for watching, guys. Leave a thumbs up if you like the video. Dislike it if you don't like it. Subscribe if you want, and bye-bye.